Should Beyonce make the list? Should Freddie make the list? Or does Artha Franklin make the list? Yes, I'm talking about the best virtuoso singers of all time. Here's my top 5 list. When I say virtuoso, I mean top-notch, commanding of their technique. Singers that subsequently changed the way singers of today now sing and created a whole new standard of singing. My name's Artha Franklin. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I talk about singers because I love them. And I also talk about singers outside of the West, the mainstream. It's not all about the West, you know, there's east of the West. Well, seeing as I've got the queen already up on my screen, it's gonna have to be Artha Franklin. Let's face it, she is the queen of soul. Why is she one of my top virtuoso singers in the world? That voice cannot be replicated. That soul cannot be replicated. Anything she touches just turns into this transcending, experiential, emotional piece. Not only is her technique effortless, but it's got, because of her gospel roots, this celestial feeling to it when she starts to sing and emote. It's as if people can tap into something that's beyond a human experience. Honestly, when she sings, she literally brings tears to my eyes. You'd be hard-pressed to find any singer that doesn't quote Artha Franklin as one of their top inspirations, particularly female singers and particularly soul singers. Next on my list, Freddy Mercury. This guy is a phenomenal singer. Changed the standard for what rock bands needed to provide when it came to frontmen. His command of his voice and his ability to emote really set the gold standard for what we now know as the rock singers, the Bon Jovis, your Steve Perry from Journey. These are all male leading frontmen that really were shaped by yours truly. Oh, and also, have you heard that he had a daughter that was born like 48 years ago and we didn't know anything about her? It's really interesting, you should look it up. Now, I told you I don't just deal with Western music. I love music from all over. I'm global. That's why Yama Sumac is on this list. This Peruvian singer is sensational. I don't think there's ever been anyone like her. The way she sings, it's beyond human, actually. It's more like a creature that's come from another planet or from some alternate universe, maybe from the future. Her range from the bass all the way up to the top, she can do those whistle notes, and then she's got these really, I mean, it's operatic, but there's some sounds she makes where I think, is that actually a bird? Her way of playing with her vocals just to give you something sonically that you've never heard of before just shows the artistry in her performance. It shows her disregard for the unconventional, and I guess it's because it was before a time when we had a mainstream music industry where you really needed to conform to be successful. She really is one of those singers that you get the sense just sings for herself. She's almost like hearing these sounds or indulging in what her vocal cords can do, and then we get to indulge as a result too. Wonderful. Next up is Pavarati. Now this is interesting for me because I'm not actually a fan of opera. However, I went to a wedding quite a while ago and there were these opera singers there. And for the first time in my life, I understood why opera is amazing. It's to be experienced live. It doesn't transcend as well on recordings, but when you hear it in that 3D environment or 4D environment, you understand how magnificent their techniques are. So that sent me down a rabbit hole into opera. And that's why Pavarati had to come up, because this guy truly is the master. I'm not an opera expert, but I know his technique sounds completely effortless. It just sounds like it's easy for him to get that resonance without trying. Nothing sounds forced, nothing sounds strained, and I kind of just wish I got to hear him live. Does that mean I like opera now? I don't know. Come on, we've got to have Mimi up there. Mariah Carey, I mean, listen, I think she's a very humble person because she doesn't hype herself up enough. A songwriter, a singer, she's created hits throughout the decades. She just made my childhood so enjoyable with the music she created and her unbelievable singing voice. She really is a virtuoso because I think a lot of her technique is just very natural. I mean, you can say that for all the singers, but you really get the sense with Mariah Carey that she had an amazing voice and just kind of figured out how to get the most out of it. To give credit to her mother, who is also an opera singer. I'm sure that shaped her understanding of her technique. Now, obviously, her whistle notes are phenomenal and her control that she has over those whistle notes, but it's her musicality. I think people don't appreciate that enough. It's when she's able to hear these chords and these arrangements and her fills, and she really is musically truly gifted. I'd say she's on a genius level in terms of what she's able to hear melodically. She's able to produce an emotion because she is so in tune with how to emote melodically. I mean, it really is just something I love when I listen to her music. Okay, so that's my top 5 initial list. Who did I have the audacity to miss out? Huh? Obviously Beyonce, but you know what? There's going to be a part 2. She's going to actually turn up there, as well as a lot of international singers that you might not have even heard of.